up on this side.
Ed in his past has used natural substances, you know, kind of gunpowder or Pepto-Bismol, and made prints and stuff. We got some restaurant double boilers that we can very accurately control the temperature, and we heat it about 110. We just pour it in the screen. We have what's called a one-arm squeegee. So instead of doing it by itself, it has a track that you bring it in. A little bit less fatigue and more consistency. So basically it's just standard silk screen, but it's chocolate instead of ink. We're actually just copying what he did in Venice. At that time, and we couldn't find it or get it, they used a Nestle kind of in a toothpaste tube. We found it was practical to use a Hershey's. And so we take a silk screen. It's very coarse, like a 40 mesh, whereas typical in fine art printing or almost any kind of printing, the mesh would be maybe 250 to 400, much finer. And then we determined that it worked out better in the process of working it through and showing samples with Ed. We found out that it worked better to print it twice. It gets recreated every time, so the paper does not need to be archival. It's called a chrome coat, so it's real glossy. And that allows the chocolate to sit up on the surface. And by printing it twice, it gives it a really rich, beautiful. And you know, each sheet is somewhat unique, and the way we staple them, the process we developed with Ed to hang them, there's some paper that's not trimmed on some side, and then it's trimmed on the other side as a bleed. And they're really hung like you would a roof shingle.
Once you get up to the 4th, 5th level, it starts looking really different and really cool, because you have the different textures and layers of chocolate, each building upon each other, and the edge of the paper kind of floating, and it changes the whole room from just kind of a white room with a couple of pieces of paper up to what looks like chocolate walls instead. And I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's actually done, because I've never seen it before.
I think the best art does kind of help remind you of your own feelings in history and past memories and stuff. And so if that's s'mores from camping, or if that's from, you know, a trip to Europe and you had, you know, amazing chocolate for the first time.
In other places where it's been put up, they say that they can smell it throughout the whole museum, throughout everything, that there's just this smell of chocolate all day.
Being able to work with these amazing artists like Ed Ruscha that make these incredible pieces and have just been a huge part of history and the, you know, evolution of art, it's just been amazing.